Hello and welcome to this next episode of 9x Tool Demo, where we bring you the best and latest of SaaS, no-code, and AI. Today I'm joined by Yanis, co-founder of Ideta. Welcome, Yanis.
Hi, happy to be here.
Super pleased to have you on the show. Let's start with Ideta. Can you tell us a little bit more about this platform?
Yes, of course. Ideta is a no-code platform to build your AI chatbot. So the whole idea is to use your own data to build a chatbot in a few minutes and to be able to go deeper if need be.
Super. And can you tell us a bit more before you show us the tool? Who this tool is meant for? Do you have any particular customer segments that you're targeting?
Yes, so the main use case is customer support. So there are two options. So the first is internal support for larger companies. So when you have like hundreds of employees and you want to deploy an HR chatbot or an IT chatbot or things like that to help your employees get answers easily. The other use case is for your external customers, but always for support for example, e-commerce. How do I get my delivery where I have an issue with that package? Can I get a refund? Things like that. So when you want to automate a given volume of customer requests, we're the go-to tool.
Super. And we're going to see that in a second, but do the end users of Ideta need to be technical? Can anyone build a chatbot with your solution?
I think it's the interesting direction we took with Ideta. So there are multiple layers on the tool. So there is a simple layer where in a few minutes, that's what we're going to show in the demo, you can have a fully functioning chatbot. And then if you need like more advanced features, they're also there. So that's the good thing I found. It goes from very simple to quite complex use cases very easily, and you can really customize the experience according to your needs.
All right, super. So I can't wait to see the tool. Do you want to share your screen and show us how Ideta works?
Yes, of course. So in order to understand how the product works, I think it's easier to go through the bot creation process. And so I thought it might be interesting to use your website, Alex, to make the demo. So let's do this. Here's the bot name. So I went with 9x.
Very simple.
Yeah. And so you can continue. And when you're on the platform, you're going to use we're going to use the web live chat parts. So it looks like a pop-up like this one that you can put on your website or on your app. Then you can
and all the other channels shown are potential integrations.
Exactly. So you can put it on Facebook Messenger, Instagram. For internal use cases, there are Slack, Workplace, Teams from Microsoft. You can have WhatsApp, and there is also the phones or SMS with other more like professional integration. But so for the simplicity of the demo, we're going to go with live chat. And so we're going to build an AI chatbot. Okay. We're going to click continue, and we're going to build it on website documents. Okay. And in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to type your website. So go9x.com, and I'm going to click fetch. So what does it do? Basically, it's going to scrap your website and find all the pages on your website. When I click continue, I can either upload additional documents or write my own documents. So for example, favorite color, so that would be the title, favorite color, and Alex's favorite color is, what is your favorite
red
color?
It's red. It was red, I don't know anymore, but let's go for red.
So I'm going to add it. And so if you want to edit it and change it to blue later, of course you can. But so you can really create your own documents or upload documents. That was the point. And then we're going to click finish. Okay. And it's going to launch the training process. Okay. So it's going to take a few minutes. Basically, we're going to fetch the data from your website and manipulate it so that the chatbots can start working. Okay, so later we can go to training data, and we're going to be able to see both the documents we implemented and the website pages. Okay,
and that's all I need to provide at the beginning to create a chatbot. That's the process we went through. That's everything I need.
Okay. Exactly. Just put your website or some documents, or you can even type them. Like it can be a Q&A or an FAQ, or for example, if you have an FAQ, you can turn it into a chatbot in a few seconds. So there's just the training time. So here is the testing area where we're going to come back when it's working. And we're just going to spend a little bit of time on the publish section to show how you can change the design. For example, if I want to test it, so go 9x.com, I'm going to white label the website and save. And what it's going to enable me is I'm going to be able to share and test the chatbot on a demo page. So just like that, I can see and go to the web chat and I have my web page that I can test. So of course, to do that, first you need to publish.
It needs to be live first.
Yeah, so that's the step.
But that's a testing environment, so I don't need to deploy it on my website to test it. I can test, see how the bot behaves before we pull the trigger and put it. In our case, that would be on Webflow. So if I want to install it on Webflow, what would be the steps there?
Basically, on Webflow, it's quite simple. There are, like in the headers, you can add any script. So it would be quite simple. You can add a script in a specific page or all pages in the Webflow settings. So it's straightforward, and we have the documentation to do that. You just need to, like when you're on the page, the design page, you just need to click on Webflow here, and you have the specific instructions that are linked to this to your deployment environment.
And for those who watch and think they are not technical enough to do that, this is actually quite simple. And you don't need the developer to paste that script in the headers. It's very
copy
straightforward.
paste. So here you have the copy, then you go to Webflow, you go to the right position, like in the website, it's all explained here, and then you paste it, and that's done. Your chatbot is going to be live just like this one, and it's going to look the same. And so you have the option to also change the design. So you can change the color to match your design, so your primary color. I think yours is more in the blacks or something like that.
Yeah, let's go for black. We have a mix of colors, but let's go for dark blue or black.
Okay, let's do this. And so I'm going to go with black. And here you have your black chatbot, and the inside of your chatbot is black as well. You can change the image, add a logo. You just need to click and upload the documents. You're going to be able to do that. So now I've seen that the bot is ready. Okay, so when you click on it, it leads here, and you can see here everything's trained, but you have a few, I think it's your calendars that are not trained. You have all the information on what is used, what is not used in your chatbot, and then we can test it together. So if you want, I can share you the link, Alex, if you want to play with it.
Yeah, would love to go. Then I can share my screen and we can play around with it.
So I'm gonna send you the link, copy it, and then you can test it full page. So I'm gonna stop sharing. Here's the link. So yeah, you should be able to start asking questions about your company. And you can ask about your favorite color, of course.
All right, we're back and now testing the bot, the Ideta bot that Yanis created. So let's start with an easy question. What is no-code operations? This topic we talk about pretty heavily on the website. So let's see how it does. No-code operations refers to the practice of using no-code tools for internal business operations. Touché. Pretty good. What is Alex's? So it definitely reads from the website. Let's see about the document we've added as well. Pretty cool. Super demo. It's super easy to set up. Yanis, very impressive. It's really like well-guided steps. And you can see also that the tool is pretty extensible. For those who want to get started with Ideta, what's the best way? How much does the solution cost? Like, what kind of offer do you guys have?
The simplest way to get started is to go on our website. So it's you can subscribe and create your account by yourself. So it's a self-service tool. So you just have to go to ideta.io. So ideta.io. And then you just have to follow the steps. We try to make it as simple as possible. And then about the pricing, it's also available on our website. You can have a look. So there is a free plan for under a few hundreds of conversations. So you can put it on your website for free. It's in the AI Chatbot section. And then there are plans that go from $29 to $200. and that can help you depending on the specific options that you require or the amount of conversations that you need. You can have your own chatbot.
We can see we have some martial arts fans among Ideta with very creative pricing plan names. Samurai Shogun Karate Kid.
Yes, it's because the animal is a tanuki, so it's Japanese based, so we try to keep the branding coherent.
Super cool. Thanks a lot, Yanis, for showcasing Ideta to us, to the world. I hope you get a couple of signups from this video. And very excited about in general the future of AI chatbots and your solution because it's very easy to implement. I'm sure we'll find a lot of happy customers and user. Yeah, we're going to play a bit more with our new custom chatbot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.